Hey everyone, this is Johnny English here. Welcome back to my channel, and today in this video I'm going to share with you some books and materials that I use to build a solid foundation in English. These resources helped me transform from someone without an English learning environment to scoring a band-aid in IELTS and winning awards in English contests. This video is made for those who have learned English but struggle to find improvement. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. Before the recommendation though, I'd like to discuss how we as non-native speakers master English. I believe this process involves three key stages: learning and using, and finally, using. The journey begins with pure learning, a stage where we know literally nothing about this language. At this point, it could be impossible for us to talk about a certain, if not complex, topic in English. Therefore, our initial focus should be on building a strong foundation, which includes three areas: vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Grammar forms the backbone of the language, much like the trunk and branches of a tree. Vocabulary, on the other hand, represents the tree's growth and its fruit. Just as the tree needs a strong structure to produce healthy fruit, effective communication requires solid grammar. Using advanced vocabulary with poor grammar creates unhealthy fruit. The message becomes unclear and ineffective. Pronunciation decides how the fruit and the tree looks. Even if the grammar and vocabulary are sound, meaning that the fruit is nutritious, poor pronunciation can create a negative impression. Once you have built grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation, you can begin expressing yourself using what you have learned. This might involve writing, reading, listening, and other forms of practices. Of course, this doesn't mean that you can stop your vocabulary and grammar building right here. Continuous learning is essential. To move from learning and using to primarily using the language, we had better complete a comprehensive course of study that covers all aspects of language acquisition. They are vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. The 7 factors. So the purpose of this video is to share the collection of books and materials that significantly improved my abilities in these 7 key areas. And I will show you how I use them, including methods that may seem very old-fashioned but are surprisingly effective, as well as some fresh, innovative techniques that you might not have seen elsewhere. Let's get into this. The best book I found for building vocabulary is this one, Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. In this book, each chapter starts with a life-based scenario and sets out words related to it, providing a comprehensive understanding of the origins of English words. It is designed to give you a deep insight into word roots and how they shape up in a language. Spending about 2 hours per chapter, you will gain a significant improvement in your understanding and approach to English vocabulary. All you need is a pen and this handbook to kick off your vocabulary building process. Complete the exercises in each chapter and try to create a mind map to visualize the concepts. There are existing mind maps created by other learners that can help with your review process, and I will leave the link in the comment section below. Initially, this book may feel a little bit slow, but don't be discouraged. Stay consistent and patient. It could take about 6 months to really finish this book. Another great option is Merriam-Webster Vocabulary Builder. This book is different from Word Power Made Easy in that it sets out word roots in each chapter, so I think these two are supplementing each other. You can choose the one that suits your interest and get started. When encountering unfamiliar words in reading passages, look them up in a dictionary, and you will gain insights into their origins, cultural implications, and peculiar meanings. Grammar can be tricky, and many learners dislike it because traditional grammar books are often too dry. So my top recommendation is a structured and engaging book that breaks grammar down systematically, from lexical to syntactical aspects. A book that does not tell you all that's happening in English grammar, but helps you create the whole mind map of grammar. So my go-to choice is this one. At the start of each chapter, it tells you the basic outline of a grammar point. So while studying, I use mind mapping tools to create a comprehensive system of English grammar, such as how verbs function in the language. This book's language is highly readable and avoids being overly academic, making it accessible for learners. After grasping the basics, you may practice with this one, Oxford Practical Grammar Series, which caters to learners from A1 to C2 levels. This book uses real-life scenario-based passages to reinforce grammar concepts. With multiple forms of exercises, the book helps you consolidate what you have learned about grammar. Completing this book is a challenging yet rewarding process. Improving pronunciation is less about reading and more about listening and speaking. Books alone, I think, won't suffice, so the best approach is to imitate native speakers. If imitating an entire episode of a TV series feels overwhelming, use an online dictionary with audio features. Type a word, listen to its pronunciation in a sentence, and mimic it.
We're not talking about individual deliveries to individual homes.
We're not talking about individual deliveries to individual homes. Once you have accumulated a certain amount of resources, you can start to really use this language. Something related to listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Now let's start with reading, which is the first step for non-native speakers to really kick off English learning. When it comes to reading, there are two types: casual reading and intensive reading. Intensive reading is crucial for improving your understanding of complex texts, so I highly recommend using college-level textbooks such as Contemporary English or Advanced English or something like that. These books are designed specifically for intensive reading, so the key here is not to skim, but thoroughly analyze every sentence and word. Ideally, you can do this with the guidance of a teacher and part of an online course. If you're studying independently, make sure to fully immerse yourself in the passages, break down the structure, understand the vocabulary, and learn from the sentences. For casual reading, you can opt for simple, real-life-based fictions. Some great choices include To Kill a Mockingbird or Flipped. These books are highly engaging yet easy to follow. How can you craft your first good English essay? I suggest starting with College Writing Skills by John Langan. This book provides a step-by-step guide to help you develop your ideas and transform them into a well-structured essay. What I love about this book is how it teaches you to brainstorm, outline, and organize your points systematically. Once you have mastered the basics of writing, you can move on to analyzing great examples of English writing, and you need to master the rules of writing before you can really break them down. Listening and speaking are a bit different from reading and writing because they involve active use of your vocal systems and auditory skills. The most practical way to improve this area is through imitation and repetition. To sharpen your listening skills, I recommend practicing dictation. Dictation trains your ear to pick up on details in English, helping you improve both comprehension and pronunciation. Start with short and formal materials like BBC 1 Minute World. They are concise, free of strong political biases, and use standard English, making them ideal for dictation practices. You can also use IELTS listening scripts to train your ear for real-life conversational English. I'll be releasing a step-by-step video soon to show you how to effectively practice dictation, so stay tuned for that. If I could recommend just one book for improving your speaking skills, it could be this one, 31 High-Scoring Formulas to Answer IELTS Questions. This book categorizes speaking topics into different themes and provides a clear structure for each part of the test. It also includes useful vocabulary and phrases for every topic, which can help you sound more natural and confident. Spoken language training involves structured practice. Follow the provided frameworks in this book to stay organized and on track during your speaking exercises. Once you have trained enough, you'll be able to speak more freely and creatively. To improve your speaking skills further, try talking to yourself every day. Speak about something you have just learned, describe your thoughts, or even narrate what's happening around you. The more you practice, the more fluent and natural you will sound. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. If you have any recommendations that you found useful and exciting during your learning experiences, please make sure to share them down in the comment section below. Okay, that's all for this video. I'm Johnny English here. Remember, happy learning, and I will see you in next video. Bye bye.